Hi folks, you're with Tacitus today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this radio live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the censorship or proposed or possible censorship regime at the new iteration of Twitter. And I guess the biggest issue that people seem to be talking about is what form will the censorship program take, and will conservative voices who've been censored for no reason other than or banned from the platform for no reason other than their political views, will they be reinstated on Twitter, and when will that happen? So how soon will it happen? Now, Elon Musk has already made some public announcements, and I'll sort of paraphrase the ones, at least that I've seen as I understand them, that Elon Musk, would like to create if you like, a review board of contentious tweets or information, and that should be a very diverse board, as in diverse in ideas, a very diverse board that would consist of conservatives and non-conservatives and other parties. Now, I think that's a good idea. For example, if you have that board or that control group, call it what you will, that they need to have for example, a unanimous view that a tweet should be banned, or a posting should be banned or deleted or whatever. And that if the view isn't unanimous or isn't clear majority, then that can't be banned. So I'm one person who thinks that's maybe not such a bad idea. I think that's quite a good idea. I mean, if you have sort of, for example, so let's say there were 10 people on this board of review, and four of them were, you'd say, lefty globalist activists. Four of them were conservative type people, and two were maybe completely neutral, quite apolitical. And you need either a clear majority, such as 8 out of 10, for example, or maybe completely unanimous to ban something. So complaints are made about somebody makes a post criticizing Joe Biden, for example. Now the lefties get all upset because that utterance that has been criticized by Joe Biden is a key plank of the globalists' propaganda machine. So it's criticized online, rightly so, by someone's opinion, or maybe they put forward facts. Maybe it's a fact check. So the pro-globalist people don't like that because it limits their voice and their influence over the public. So they go, oh, that's terrible. We've got to delete that tweet or that information stream. So, but the conservatives say, well, no, that's why would that be? It's accurate. It's nothing wrong with that. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's wrong. And then the people who are neutral, apolitical rather, may look at that. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not hate speech. Now beforehand, not just on Twitter but social media generally, they've been able to just arbitrarily determine anything that they don't like is hate speech. And for example, those who maybe question the ideology behind or underwriting the transgender movement, as a case in point. So that's me. You're questioning transgenders. You're hateful. You're a Nazi. You're a fascist. You're fucking banned, buddy. Now, any sane and sensible person would say, well, that's not hate speech at all. That person simply disagrees with the ideology, and that is not a definition of hate speech. So if you had a diverse board, then that would be, I think, a good thing. If I was putting some sort of review panel together, I would do the same thing. It's no point shutting out all other voices that because you don't like what their point of view may or will likely be. That doesn't make it work. Those people have to be given a seat at the table, and I think this is where the globalist thing is failing. They say everything has to be shut down. Any influential voice must be shut down that opposes the globalist project. So now coming out of the issue of Elon Musk meeting with, or allegedly, I don't know if he has, but allegedly meeting with, some of the various groups that are quite active in demanding that conservative voices get censored. The ADL and that sort of thing. But there's plenty of others. I'm not singling them out. Mr. Musk is going to meet with them, so it's alleged, or has met with some of them perhaps already, and I think that's a good. Some people say, well, that's a U-turn. He's caving in. The globalists are slapping him around, and he's going to go down like a sack of shit and do whatever they want. And I suppose that could still happen, but the wider reality here, as I see it, and I would do the same thing here, is bring them to the table. Now, if you can get out of them an agreement that they still have a voice over what might be censored, but it's not a veto voice. It's a voice, but it's not the arbitrary right of veto, but they've got a voice, and we all have to agree on what a definition of what's hate speech or what's disinformation, get a clear definition out of them. I doubt they'll agree to that, because a lot of their power comes from there being no definition. Hate speech is whatever we say it is. Now, I think if they're brought to the table and some agreement can be made, even on some points, like what does constitute disinformation and all that sort of thing, I think if that can be achieved through these meetings, but assuring them, look, you have a voice, it's just not going to be a veto voice, and other people will have a voice as well, people you don't like and don't agree with, but they still have a voice and a seat at the table, then I think that would be an achievement. Now, these people may leave the meeting going, well, we didn't get everything we want and we've lost total control of the public discourse. Well, too fucking bad. And now also on the other side, Mr. Musk can say, well, look, all right, I agree to delete and shut down any conservative voice you don't like. I agree to that. But I'm going to have a conservative panel over here, and they will be able to nominate any other voice, any left-wing voice, such as yours, that they don't like. And to make it even-handed and equal, I will shut you down. You will be shut down as well. And people that you sponsor and encourage, they will be shut down. So anyone that meets this definition of disinformation, hate speech, such as the outrageous tweets that pour hate on white people, outrageous fucking tweets, they will all be deleted and shut down as well. Oh no, we don't want that. We want the anti-white hatred to stay. We just don't want anything else. Yeah, well, no, I'm going to delete it all. Is that what you want? Now they won't want that. They want their side to have complete control of the public discourse and the other side to be shut down. So if Mr. Musk can get some sort of accommodation there for everyone to have a seat at the table and a voice and some definitions, then I think it'll be well worth him meeting with these goons and cutting some sort of deal and some sort of agreement. And if I was him, I would do exactly the same. You've been with Tacitus today, your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.